It's episode 155. Welcome back to Build That House with me, Jim. I'm still Jim, still building this house after 4.5 years, and it's all good. So, I just want to thank some of the commenters lately. Appreciate the positive feedback. Helps a bit once in a while. Just kind of lets me know that someone is actually watching the channel, and I appreciate it very much. Let's take a look at what I have done in the last few days working on this little temporary back deck. Now, people might say, gosh, Jim, that's a pretty fancy temporary back deck. But the deck that's eventually going to go in here is going to be quite large. It's going to be a huge undertaking. And I don't think I'll be in a position to do that in the next few years. So I am building a reasonably half-decent little entrance deck here. I put a few pavers in yesterday. Got these rails in. And then this section here with these big beefy spindles that look a little different than your standard 1.5-inch spindles. Of course, it's all treated wood. And that's old fascia board that I had left over from the fascia. These stairs are going to go after we get the drywall in. But I'm going to start prepping up this railing here and just kind of have it ready to drop in so that when the time comes, that's all ready to go. So it's a super rainy day here today. They call it an atmospheric river. For someone my age, I like to call it a lot of rain day, because that's what it is to me. Welcome back. Let's go. On Amazon, they have this thing called Amazon Warehouse, or returned items that people either don't know how to do, and they send them back, and you can get a really good deal on them. Both of these for like damn near half. And, on inspection, they're in perfect condition. They're not exactly easy to install, I gotta say. You got all these codes and you gotta program it. And I honestly think that screws people up. So I'm happy to have these all ready to go. And I got these are dead bolts with a keypad. And then I got another locking exterior door thing. So everything is ready for when that time comes. All right, just working on some more spindles. I just belt sand them after I cut them. Then I route them with a router. Indeed. And then I basically ran a orbital sand of them and stained them. All right, this is where one of the two doors that I'm about to go pick up right now will be going. The back door and the basement door entrance. So it's been a long time coming, and this basically signifies what they call in the business your house to lock up. So once I get the doorknobs in and the deadbolts in, and I can lock it like the front door, and all windows are in, generally means windows and doors are in. Let's go do it. All right, folks, there they are. Two doors in La Old Red, heading home. I'm gonna figure out how to get them off the truck by myself. It's a pretty big deal. Everything's a big deal when you're building a house by yourself. I highly recommend you doing it if you're watching the channel, and if you're interested in building your own house, why not do it if you can make it happen? It's kind of tricky, but you can get it. You can do it. All right. So I keep planting grass seed in here, and the birds just feast on it. They think it's lunchtime all the time at my expense. So AI says to take shiny things and hang them. So I have some old CDs here, and let's see if it works. So you don't have to do this test. I'll do it for you. if you ever have this problem or don't want little birds in a certain place, let's see if it works. I'll sneak up on them in a minute and I'll show you how many come. There's like 30 little birds eating all my seed. Okay guys, so the verdict is that totally does not work. AI is wrong. They don't even care that those CDs are hanging there. So that was a waste of my time. But now you don't have to waste your time. These nasty cracks, which I absolutely hate. The concrete guys warned me that they'd happen. But, so I'm doing my best to fix them up. So I mixed up a little bit of straight Portland concrete. That's what you mix with the sand and rocks and sand to make regular concrete. It's called Navijack, which they may only call that Navijack in British Columbia. I don't know. There is a story behind that, but let's not. I digress. So I've filled it, and we'll see how it matches. We'll let it dry, and I'll sand it tomorrow. Here's a really bad one. Right as you come up the top of the stairs, go to the main hall, you're greeted by this really ugly crack. So again, I'm using straight Portland. I'm working it in. It's super hard. It's darker, like the polished color they get out of the concrete. So based on a test, this is gonna work, I think. All right, back here with the doors, and just figuring it all out. So I'm gonna go ahead and build both sides up 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna put a complete new header, an additional piece of wood here. But because this is actually 6, not 5.5, I'm gonna use 2 pieces of 2x4. All right, so instead of pumping tons of expanding foam, which is yucky, expensive, sticky, hard to deal with stuff, I furred it out. All right, so there it is. I got it just kind of roughed in. Seems to work pretty darn smooth. But I gotta say, compared to the door I built in the front, it seems kind of lame. It's so light, you know? All right. Does that ever make a difference? It's got the baby poop brown door, which couldn't be an uglier color. But you're supposed to paint them. They should have made a darker brown just for the standard fiberglass dye. It's a heck of a lot lighter than the front door, though. It's nothing like a handcrafted hardwood door. The front door is like opening up a tomb. That door there is light, unsatisfying if you want me to be honest. This thing here is like opening up a door to an Italian restaurant. As I've said before, it's like so beefy. I'm so glad I made that door. I love that door. I should have made all the doors, but I ran out of hardwood, and hardwood ain't cheap. Just the hardwood isn't cheap. Imagine what it would cost to buy a hardwood door. Several $1,000s, I'm not kidding. All right, I got this fitting pretty darn good. These rubber gaskets, door stuff here, I don't know what the actual name of it is, but it tends to be pretty stiff when it's fresh. So, and I noticed that on the front door, you kind of had to push slightly, which kind of makes you think it would make a better seal. Then the latch holds it in. But then over a few months, the one in the front there, it kind of just, so I'm gonna go with that. It's not rubbing at all. These are very sensitive. You're giving yourself a huge advantage by having it pre-hung, but you still can't just like willy-nilly do it. You have to shim it. And the screws, I believe code. They give you these little tiny 3/4 inch screws from the thing, and then it's not the code. So you have to at least put a couple 2.5s in there. So that's what I've done. I'm so pleased that we got lucky. I got lucky with this thing that comes out here for the wall to sit on. The door still opens all the way. I was really worried about that I didn't order the right thickness door casing, but it worked out great. All right, well, it's Easter today, Easter Friday, so all the stores are closed. So I can't get any backer rod or any materials to continue on with this particular project today. But I do believe I'm happy with it. Okay, I'm working on the second door now, the basement door. Again, needs to be built up. And it's a lot thicker, this one, because these walls are a lot thicker. And like I'd mentioned before, it's because I didn't want that traditional kind of ledge basement thing. I wanted just straight walls. So it ended up making the wall really quite thick. So this is a bit of a technical kind of thing now, because I've got to somehow build this up. This is all abnormal. There's no way that I think, and then I have to add a piece onto here, which means I'll have to do some very fine detailed cutting there. So it's a bit crazy, and I only have so much of that extra casing material, and it wasn't exactly cheap, so I don't really want to screw it up. But here I go. This will take a while, this one, but I'm sure I will prevail, as I tend to do if I keep trying and trying and trying. I tend to always prevail. Right? Keep trying and you will prevail. Sometimes. All the time. Half the time. Okay, so I got this frame painted. You can see it's very deep. And this is actually 2 pieces of casing here. I bought extra casing. But use a little filler, I won't lie. But you can barely tell that there's a join there. Looks good. It's kind of a light fiberglass door, but that's what the budget was, and we'll paint it dark gray. I don't think black's a smart color for it. Any little bumper nick will show up, so I think we'll go with I don't know, not black. So there you have it. That door's done. Back door's got to be painted. I'll get to that in the next few days. Get the locks and deadbolts on. And it's good. All right, I'm trying to reseed a little bit here because I can't stop the birds from eating the seed. So this time I'm going to cover it up with a little bit of dirt, which might seem obvious to some of you, but it's definitely more work. So if I was a bird and I couldn't see the seed, maybe I wouldn't eat it. I'm just covering it up and kind of 1/2 inch worth of dirt there, and see how it goes. You'll know soon enough. Okay, so there we go. Doorknob's in, casing's painted, and you can officially lock the house up now. Same downstairs. Woo! Okay, just kind of working away on these spindles here this morning. But I had a great meeting with the electrician a little earlier today, and we're going to get started next week. So he'll be sending one of his guys over to get started, and I'll be his assistant, and I'm allowed to work with him. So that should save a lot of money, or some money. I'm just blessed that they're willing to do that. It's their permit, so they want to make sure everything's done 100% correctly. So I'll just kind of be like the apprentice, and it's happening. It's finally happening. We're going to get electrical in this house. I'd probably be a month, 6 weeks. The whole house will be electrified. So that's what it is, folks. That's what it is. All right, temporary deck is coming along. I'm going to do some more work on it. There's going to be a top rail on it. It's going to cantilever down. And then there'll be a couple more spindles extending it down further. I always put that post too far in. I don't know. Just, I've done it about 4 times on decks. This time I'm going to rectify it. It'll look even better. It'll look cool. So, yeah. All right, there it is. Another project finished. You can see how I set this up here. And it's actually very strong, despite the fact that it's cantilevered. It's glued, screwed, and stapled. I took a few shortcuts because this is a temporary deck, honestly. I like the way the wood takes that black stain. This piece not so much. It's from a different purchase. And I took a shortcut here because this piece I didn't cut long enough, so I had to cut it back, which meant you see this. So that's really cheesy. I rarely point out my deficiencies, but that's certainly one. Other than that, it's fine. It's designed to actually come apart. There's only a few screws holding this top on and a few screws holding this railing in. This can all be removed, and that's why you don't see a perfect finish here, because normally I would glue that and then sand it and you wouldn't even see it. Same thing here. You wouldn't see any kind of crack, or very little, filled with glue. So there you have it. I might put a little polyurethane on it though, a little satin polyurethane, because this is some scratches here. This is unacceptable to me because it's right under the roof line and the water lands. So this will take quite a bit of abuse, but it won't take any sun, and that's what really gobbles up wood, is sun. Alrighty, another one off the list. I think it looks pretty damn good, actually. You know, for just a few years, right? I won't talk about it too much, just there it is. So the electrician asked me to drill a set of 3 1-inch holes straight down the length, or straight in the middle of the house, basically, next to this beam. And then I thought, damn, there's a bunch of LVLs, really thick 2-inch plywood type beam material. And I thought, wouldn't it be a good idea to zigzag around all that? So, kind of go over here, and then while this was in the way, so I've zigzagged. And then as you can see there, I've come back in tight to the beam. And we'll carry on. And that's actually perfectly in line with above the panel. As you can see, those wires there coming up. So that's where they're heading. So I thought that was the way to go. And this drilling holes is like hundreds of holes to be drilled. It's hard work. Takes a long time. All right, you guys remember me building this fence last year, right? Well, what's left of it is starting to fall over, and I had to prop it up with a 10-foot 2x4. As you can see there, that's been there 30 years. So, there's not much I can do about it. I had to order some more metal. There it is. And then I went and picked up some posts. 3 10-foot full dimension 4x4 treated for posts. And then I can't resist, guys. After that last door experience buying doors, I'm gonna make myself a pantry door for starters. Let's see how it goes. Got some fir here. I got some spruce. I picked out all the clearest material that I could. As you can see there, after going through the stack, I like clear material. But I don't mind y'all little knot for character too. So I got all this stuff for surprisingly well, compared to what the product will be worth when it's done, not too much. And then, so I'm going to build a fence. I'm going to finish a fence. And because these doors that I bought recently, I don't know, a little bit lackluster. They just seem so light. They look nice, okay, once they're painted. But I mean, it's just like they're just so lightweight, dude. Dudes and dudettes. Pretty dark in here. I tell you, navigating this place, it's gonna be hard when I'm 80. So this is a door here. This is a pantry door, and it's kind of a custom size. It's a little smaller than your average door. So, actually, I don't know if it's a custom size. It could actually be a standard small size door. Either way, I'm gonna build a solid wood door here. Because, after building the one in the front here, I just can't get over the difference of buying a pre-made door and building your own door. And I got the skills to do it. Why not? It's not difficult. It's not like I'm skilled, but you know what I mean? So that's what's happening. Whilst drilling millions of holes for the coming electrical adventure. Anyway, hey guys, I think this is going to be the end of the episode. I think it's been around 20 minutes. Thanks for coming back. It's ongoing. Another 3 months and we'll be at the 5-year mark. What can you say? Still enjoying it. Actually enjoying it more now than I ever have because the work is more up my alley. I'm more finishing carpentry, more just kind of like things that aren't involved outside in the rain or up high or hanging off the side of the building. And I don't know, I'm just really enjoying the work lately. So here we go. Thanks for coming back. We'll see you in the next episode. Jim up.